Well, Kurt, wasn't too many months ago that we were sitting on the West Coast talking about the best of years.
Right.
And now here we are on the East Coast talking about your new film, Big Trouble
In Little China.
Right. Kurt, I have to be honest with you. Going into the thing, knowing just the minimum of mystery, ghosts, mysticism, kung fu, etc., I thought, what kind of a chop suey mess is this going to be anyway?
That's right.
Now, I'm going to ask you point blank, when you first heard about it, what was your reaction?
The thing was that I heard about that. I did the same thing. I said, what is this? And then John said, "Now read this script and hang in there." Well, it tickled my funny bone, and I thought this could be great action and very different. I thought this could be very different, and I thought it'd be a blast to work with John. And the only thing was, how do you play the character? How do you play this guy? Because he was written pretty straight. So John said, we can't do him straight. And I said, I know. I mean, he'll get left in the dust. And he'll say, well, he said, I want you to go out there. And I said, I gotta find some character here, and let him roll. And started, working on it. Started working on thinking about guys and feelings that would make this guy a blast to watch with the movie. And I like Jack Burton a lot. I mean, I like what he is, and I like the way he fits into this movie. And I think he's different. I mean, I think he's as different as the movie is. I think he's a hero who falls on his ass, gets back up, keeps coming at you, thinks he knows what he's doing. It's way over his head. It doesn't make any difference. Blast forward, go get him, and don't worry about it.
It's just wonderful. It really is. It is such fun. I laughed and just had such a good time. But I promise you, Kurt, if others haven't already said it to you, I promise you that there will be some people who are going to say he's a Chinese Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Oh, I think that's fair. I mean, I think that we're an action-adventure picture. I think movies like Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark and Romancing the Stone are basically action-adventure pictures. And ours has a lot of Chinese things in it, a lot of the mysticism of the Chinese underworld underneath Chinatown. So I think that calling it a Chinese Raiders of the Lost Ark would be, well, it sort of would be a compliment, because if we could make what Raiders of the Lost Ark made, we will have succeeded at what we tried to do, which was to try to make a movie for a lot of people to enjoy.
Are they already talking sequel? Have they already signed you up?
No, they haven't signed me up. No, they're talking about it because they've seen the response to this has been very, very good. It's the kind of movie that fits into that category also. The truth of the matter is, I don't think we'd do a sequel unless the script was as good as this one. I think this was an excellent screenplay. It's very different, and it would take the same people, I think, to do. I think it would take the same screenwriter. I think it would take the same director, and it would take a lot of the same actors to continue that feeling, that freshness. I mean, it's got a lot of things in it that haven't been done before, and a lot of characters that have taken stereotypes and turned them inside out. So you need to keep that feeling.
Do you think that this is going to be, in any sense, I don't really mean turning point, but is it going to give Kurt Russell an identity with a specific character that he hasn't had up till now?
I would say, if the movie went over really huge, I would like to say that maybe it would. I think the truth of the matter is no. I've just been doing this too long. I've played too many characters. I've played too many parts to be, no matter, when I did Elvis, that was the number one question. I didn't worry about it because I knew that no matter what it did to the size of my career, I could still act and play other parts. That didn't happen. If that didn't do it, I don't care how big this were to get, this won't do it. It just can't. It's too many. I mean, if this picture were really successful, it would be a fourth the size of that audience for Elvis, and that guy is so identifiable. That Jack Burton is he's just another character. I mean, I may be wrong, but that's I think that I'd love to have that problem. I'd love to have that. I'd love to see that question arise out of reality.
Talk to Harrison Ford about Indiana
You know,
Jones.
well, Harrison Ford, for instance, I mean, is a good example. I mean, Harrison, first of all, came on the scene as Han Solo, and then he did Indiana Jones, and there he is with Witness. Harrison had a lot more to fight than I did because even when I did Elvis, I had been doing this for a lot of years, and a lot of people knew some of the stuff I'd done. Over the last 7 years, there's been some good, memorable characters, movies that have done well. Escape from New York, Silkwood, different and cassette things that have done well, like Used Cars, and anyway, movies that people have seen different characters in. So nowadays I don't worry about that anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore.
Have to ask you before our time gets away from us. How's
She's
Goldie?
doing great.
you
She's
knew
got
that
3
was
weeks
coming.
to go. No, she really is. She's doing great. She's got 3 weeks to go before the baby's born, and you know, everything looks terrific. The baby's healthy right now. Everybody's keeping their fingers crossed, and
You're going to be there with natural childbirth? And
well, she's had 2 cesareans, so she's going to have another cesarean this time, and she's in terrific shape. I used to think it'd take her 4, 5, 6 months to get back in shape, and now after watching her, I really think in 2, 3 months she'll be right back, doing aerobics and dancing and stuff.
Got names?
Sadie if it's a girl, Henry if it's a boy.
Any special reason for those names?
Like them. We just like them.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe there was a Sadie
No.
in your family or her family
We just
or
like the
something.
names. We think it'll fit.
All right.
So.
Okay. Well, Kurt, it's good to see you. And congratulations. I love your performance. It's a hoot and a romp, and the picture, I think, will go through the ceiling. I really do.
I hope you're right.
I hope so, too.
It's good seeing you.
Thanks, Kurt.
Okay, bye-bye.
Pause, please.
Kurt, I wonder, when you first read this script, if you had the same reaction I had when I first heard about the film. What kind of chop suey mess is this anyway? Do you think that this role is going to be, I don't mean a turning point exactly, but the kind of role that will give you an identity you haven't had up till now? Maybe you better talk to Harrison Ford about Indiana Jones. Right. Have to ask you about Goldie. What about names? Any special reason for those names? Are you going to be bothered about the comparison to, say, Raiders of the Lost Ark? Let me do that again. Are you going to be bothered that this might be compared to Raiders of the Lost Ark? And now I'll just give you some reactions. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.